All right, Lindsay, thank you. While lobbyists and Congress members haggle over how to spend taxpayer dollars in Washington, D.C., victim service advocates anxiously await news on a different pot of money. WENY's Pennsylvania State Capitol correspondent Kara Jeffers is live tonight to share how the fines and fees from federal criminal cases have decreased 82% in the past 7 years, putting victims at risk of losing services. Kara?
Good evening, Max. Government agencies, the courts, take care of enforcing the law and punishment for crime. Crime victims, the wife whose husband is killed, the child who's sexually abused by a family member, they're left to the care of nonprofits. And over 200 organizations in Pennsylvania are about a year away from losing between 25 to 50% of their budgets. In 2018, the federal government sent out $4.4 billion in Victim of Crime Act funds. Pennsylvania was comfortably distributing around $50 million to victim service groups all across the state.
We are their core infrastructure and how they exist.
Then the funds started to shrink. The first Trump administration prosecuted less white-collar crimes. There was a pandemic. In 2024, Pennsylvania got $29 million, half of what they need to cover expenses. Because of smart financials, Pennsylvania's Commission on Crime and Delinquency kept funding level for this year. Starting in 2026,
without replenishment of the Victim of Crime Act Fund, children's advocacy centers stand to experience large cuts.
For most victim service groups, VOCA funding is between 50 to 75% of their budget. The looming funding cuts would require cutting staff, cutting services, and possibly shutting down.
And we don't want to wait till that's our reality to advocate for these funds.
Many are already on hiring freezes.
You know, we're down 5 staff and we're going to remain that way for now because we just don't know.
Nationally, advocates are asking that fines and fees from some civil federal cases be used to stabilize the fund.
Instead of going into the general government fund, put those into the Crime Victims Fund, because again, it's non-taxpayer money.
Important that you want to help these people get through whatever happened to them. I know this is all about money and all that, but that's really the most important thing, is getting people to a point where they can function and not let what happened to them dictate their lives.
Around 6 members of Congress from Pennsylvania have signed a petition to support that fund redirect legislation. In Harrisburg, I'm Kara Jeffers, WENY News.